Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to another episode of Ball Chat Podcast. As we review the week's major news in the world of football. My name is Benton, one of your hosts, a part of the Ball Chat family. Junior, come on, how are you guys doing? Wagwan family.
I'm good.
Good, Junior. Wagwan, Regin, how are you doing?
I'm feeling festive. Going to be a festive show.
Football, what a week in football. Some mouth-watering matches and some shocking results. But football lovers, Ball Chat Podcast, all about reviewing the week's major news, is a live and interactive show. We'll have ballers and bugs at the top of the show. Then we'll review the week's major news in the world of football. Inter Milan is out of Champions League and Europa League altogether. Lucien Favre is out of a job, has been sacked as the manager of Borussia Dortmund. We have the Women's Football Report, and we have Yard Ballers highlighting Jamaican football players applying their trade overseas. You can take part in the show if you're following us on Ball Chat YouTube page, Flow Sports YouTube page, or Ball Chat Facebook page. Come on, and Junior, we're not wasting any time. Let's get to the ballers of the week, highlighting the most impressive players of the week. Come on, who do you have as your ball of the week and why?
Again, I have to give my baller to Son. I keep saying that Son and Hurricane, I think they are the best duo in football right now. I mean, I don't think Tottenham will be a Tottenham without them, even though they came back and them draw 1-1 or whatever. But I still think that without Son, Tottenham will not be the Tottenham. I want to give a shout out to Burnley as well, but I don't know if that is fair enough to say because Arsenal was down a man. But I have to give, a shout out to Burnley as well. So I say Son is my ball of the week.
So Son, Yeonmin Son continues to get ball of the week from Tottenham drew with Crystal Palace. Tottenham sitting at the top in the EPL, and Burnley, is giving a shout out, but no ball of the week for Everton FC. Come on, go on.
Listen, man, don't even get me started.
Junior, my brethren, my family, who do you have as your ball of the week, family?
I really wanted to give it to Guaita. I think that's how you pronounce his name, the Crystal Palace goalkeeper. I really wanted to give it to Ariola. I really wanted to give it to Everton defense. But then I sit and ask myself, what is the difference? Why all of these players are these groups that we didn't expect to play this well? Why did they do so well today and over the weekend? It's one simple reason. The 1,000 fans or 2,000 fans that are allowed in the stadium. I am going to give the ball of the week to those fans because they seem to give Fulham the lift that they needed to get the draw against Liverpool. They gave Crystal Palace the lift they needed to get the draw against Tottenham. They gave Everton the lift that they needed to beat. Which one give the player? You know what?
Yes, they at Everton. Yes.
But it's the fans, and I have to give it to the fans, and for all the people who sat out there and is wondering if the fans in the stands make a difference in the football game. Look at how Fulham played today compared to how Fulham played last week. It's the same formation, it's the same strategy against two big sides, and they two different results. The difference, fans in the stands. So the fans, I give it to the fans.
So Junior is giving ball of the week to the fans, but Junior, Arsenal fans were in the stand.
I am going to talk about that later. Don't worry.
But you know what, to Benton, I'm sorry. I forgot to give a shout out to Jamie Vardy. Vardy had what? A goal and 2 assists today in the 3-0 beating. It's only Brighton still. But as Junior always says, you have to play what's in front of you. But Vardy, as an old man, is still showing us that he's also the engine for Leicester. So a goal and 2 assists is nothing to really scoff at. So big up to Vardy as well.
All right, big up to Jamie Vardy. Leicester City moved up to 3rd in the EPL. Come on, giving a shout out, a ball of the week also to Jamie Vardy. My band and Junior is giving ball of the week to fans returning to the EPL in some locations. My ball of the week is Zinedine Zidane, the man in charge of at Real Madrid. We've heard the criticism about he's not a tactician, he's not a genius, he's not very versed in tactics, etc., etc. What Zinedine Zidane knows best is how to win football games, and it showed clearly this week as Real Madrid qualified for the knockout stage of the Champions League for the 29th time. Impressive record, as it was in doubt earlier on in the season, and it also shows again what Zinedine Zidane knows about winning football games. Real Madrid defeated the feisty Atletico Madrid, the hot running Atletico Madrid, 2-0 in the Madrid derby. So Zinedine Zidane, he's not a genius as Pep Guardiola, he's not a genius as Jurgen Klopp, but he knows how to win football games. He get the ball of the week from me. And I also want to give ball of the week to Fabian Allen of Everton. I think he covered every blade of grass in that midfield as he secured that victory for Everton. And the midfielder's average time, or football player's average distance in a game, is 10 to 13 kilometers thereabout. I suspect Fabian Allen probably ran about 30 kilometers in that game. He was instrumental in defeating Chelsea. And finally, ball of the week to Columbus Crew. Columbus Crew's MLS Cup champion for 2020. Darlington Nagbe, Caleb Porter, big up yourself on getting the ball of the week. And on picking up the MLS Cup championship for 2020. Let's move away from ballers to bugs. If you have ballers, family, send them on and we'll go ahead and read them out. Come on. Let's get to highlight the bugs of the week, or recognize the bugs of the week. Unimpressive players of the week. Who do you have as the bug of the week?
Oh my God, Chelsea for losing to Everton. I just don't. It's like Timo Werner. I didn't know he was on the pitch. Kai Havertz, he was invisible. I'm not sure what's going on. I mean, at what point are we going to say Pulisic needs to be put in bubble wrap? I mean, I think he's injured more than he's healthy. But I'll give him a bug because it's not his fault. Granit Xhaka of Arsenal, I'm like, come on. I mean, I don't understand. What was he doing today to get that record? Was it so stupid? Unbelievably stupid. So he should get my big bug of the week. But I have to throw Chelsea in there along with the players that I mentioned earlier.
So Chelsea and Granit Xhaka, bugs of the week for come on. Junior, my brethren, who do you have as your bug of the week? The unimpressive players of the week.
I have two big bugs in them. I have two big bugs. The first bug, the whole entire Inter Milan. I mean, so much money spent. And last year you guys were in Europa. This year, we're going to spend more money. Well, we're bringing more big name players, and now you're not even playing in Europe. Your players are not flying in anywhere to go play any games in the midweek. So something isn't right at Inter Milan, and another bug. The other bug, the biggest bug ever on ball chat, goes to Mr. Junior himself. Last week, the host on ball chat, and I'm talking to the third person, guaranteed, I guaranteed we were going to beat RB Leipzig. We beat Manchester United. But this idiot over my shoulder right here, so big idiot man, and I'm the biggest idiot for supporting him and thinking that we were going to beat RB in Germany. So I take a bug of the week.
Junior giving himself a bug of the week. We have growth on Ball Chat family. Growth.
That's not good. Not good. They call that shame. I pick him a picture more time. But all I second. But I don't know, Junior. I don't know if we're going to call Manu a bug, because Manu, even though people fell asleep in the Manu and Man City game, there were good stretches of football from your club.
No, yesterday a different thing. I'm talking about the Tuesday game. And that's where it stopped for me. And I am the bug.
So no blind, no forgiveness, no, even them come back and redeem themselves.
It's not man who is the bug. I am the bug.
Oh, all right.
And
Manu is Manu.
And by the way, Junior, you owe Danny of Small World bugs, juice, and plantains after
and patty.
And patties.
I'm going to send him a care. Small World Soccer, I'm going to send you a care package.
Yeah, big up Danny of Small World Soccer. My bug of the week, and now it's official. Lucien Favre is out at manager of Dortmund. Dortmund players, I can't give Lucien Favre the bug of the week because he's sacked, but I'll give the players the bug of the week. Matt Hummels, Axel Witsel, Emre Can. Come on, guys. Come on. You guys lost 5-1 to Stuttgart. Pathetic defending, open running sort of defense. Nothing. Basket carrying water side of defense. And that the interesting thing is that Stuttgart have not defeated Dortmund in over 17 years. Dortmund lost at home to Stuttgart or conceded 5 goals for the first time at home in over 11 years. So the players have to take some responsibility. So I'm going to give the players the bug of the week because Lucien Favre is sacked. We'll get to that in a minute. And family, any other bugs of the week? Do you have any other bugs of the week you'd like to mention, Junior? And come on.
Ready for beat people.
What? No.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the roundup. Before we kick to the EPL roundup, quickly, Lucien Favre, major news, he's out. Your thoughts? What went wrong for him? Come on.
I mean, this has been a long time coming. You know, you can't get Dortmund is a big club, and consistently they fail. They're not a consistent team. They're not getting the results. The games that they're supposed to win, they're losing. How can you, a big bad side, lose 5-1? I mean, and it's not even the first time they're losing, in a terrible fashion. So I understand. The first person to go is always the coach, and he just lost the plot. And I think it was time for a change. Same thing happened with Bayern Munich. They were, not getting the results. They fired the coach, and look at it. So maybe Dortmund is hoping that the same thing will apply here.
Dortmund is hoping that they found their version of Hansel Flick promoting one of the assistants. Junior, Lucien Favre won 61% of his matches with Dortmund. He won a Super Cup. How is he out of a job, Junior?
How is he out of a job?
You won 61% of your matches and you're fired?
Who gives a hell if they won 61% of your matches? This isn't statistics class. Is Dortmund better today than they were yesterday? No. Is Dortmund today better than they were 3 months ago? No. Somebody have to follow. Is Dortmund better today than they were for the last 2 years? No. So somebody has to go. You have Erling Haaland, you have Sancho, you have all of these players. You have Marco Reus. Yeah,
Marco Reus. You have Moukoko. You have Gio Reyna.
You've wasted Marco Reus. Yes. You've wasted his prime years.
Yeah.
Under Lucien Favre. So, no, I mean, it's time to go. Pack up and go.
And I want to also acknowledge Leon Bailey's goal, Ball of the Week goal for big up Prime Minister for giving that shout out for Ball of the Week. Leon Bailey scored a sensational goal, and we'll get to that when we talk about Leverkusen in a second. But quickly regarding Dortmund, who do you guys think will go in? The assistant Tarjik is promoted to the job until the end of the calendar year. They'll have the winter break coming up. Who do you guys think will take this job? Is this one for Pochettino?
No, Pochettino can't. That's not. Remember, Dortmund is one of those teams that is a resale team. Dortmund is one of those teams that you want to stay above water. I don't think they really want to win the Bundesliga or compete for the Bundesliga continuously. I don't think they want to win Champions League. That's not their aspiration. Their aspiration is to bring in ballers, group them, and transfer them at a higher rate. They're flip ballers. So no, they're not going to go for no big name coach. They're going to go for a coach that can develop talent, that can prove that they can develop talent. I am willing to argue that the reason why Favre lost his job is because Sancho wasn't flipped.
Uh-huh.
And I think that was the last straw, where you brought Sancho in from Man City. Now you should have been developed, and people are buck shuffling trying to meet your transfer demands. It was easy to get rid of Arba. It was easy to get rid of what name? You will come Manchester United. I don't remember the name right now. It was easy for them to flip players, and I think that is your business model. What do you think about it?
I agree. Dortmund remind me of an Arsenal, where they like young players. Look at Gerrard. They play their young players. They don't bench them. They don't keep them out of the 18. They play them consistently. So you're correct. But I do think that they want to at least compete. And the only way you compete is if you have the good players them who participate week in and week out. And, be competitive, in the table. So I do think that Pochettino might have a chance. They might want him. I mean, because guess what? You can win it and at the same time develop and make money. Because you need Sancho to score a hat-trick in a 2 game. You need him to score some bangers. You need him price to go up. Same thing with Gio Reyna, same thing with other players, Sancho or whatever. So I think Pochettino might be a replacement. But at the same time, you are correct. Them is a farm. Yeah. So they want to bring through young players.
Yeah, Borussia Dortmund sitting in the 5th position in Bundesliga. Before we step away from the Bundesliga to the EPL, let's talk about this goal by Leon Bailey and the performance by Bayer Leverkusen. Come on, what a sensational goal! And are you surprised by what's going on with Peter Bosz and this Leverkusen team? They're doing quite well. We'll soon get to our EPL roundup, but since we're in the Bundesliga with this Lucien Favre news, brilliant goal by Leon Bailey. 2 goals, actually, scored 2 goals. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the whole sequence was started by him. And you like to see it. You like to see the confidence. In the beginning, we talk about it's not how you start, but it's how you finish. In the beginning, he had some problems with getting into the lineup. But he is doing exactly what you're supposed to do. When you get your opportunity, you take it. And then he's an exceptional player. Only when they play him on a left back, will complain that, he's wasted.
Yeah.
But he's an exceptional winger. He has the pace. And I think he has outgrown Leverkusen. Because today it was the Leon Bailey show.
Yeah.
And I was, regrettably, they didn't keep him on the pitch for the entire game, or he would have, probably gotten a hat-trick. So it was a good game. I don't know what the other team Offenheim was doing, because they gifted him that second goal. But there's an awareness of Leon, and it was a sensational goal. And I would think that it would be in contention for at least goal of the year in Germany, because that was really good, a good goal.
Yeah, Junior, Leon is in hot form, growth of the player. Your thoughts? Leverkusen at the top of the Bundesliga. I know it's early days yet. I don't at least expect them to win the Bundesliga, but the mere fact that they're sitting above Mönchengladbach, Bayern Munich, and etc. is an impressive run after 11 games. Junior, your thoughts on what Leon Bailey is doing with this Bayer outfit and this goal that was sensational?
The greatest thing about Leon Bailey that I can say what he's doing now, and it's well documented that I have not been the greatest admirer of Leon Bailey at times, right?
Yes.
But the greatest thing that he has done for me, in my opinion, is, you remember last year when he couldn't get to the team. You remember how he was always on the bench. Started this year, right?
Yeah.
And we have seen so many players that sulk, sit on the bench, ball, become a nuisance, start kick over water bucket. And what Bailey does, him sit down, him hold him time. When him get him chance, him take him chance and run with it. Everybody in life, whether you're young, you're old, you're a professional, you're amateur, whether you play sports or not, I think Leon Bailey has set an example. And it's not because I am Jamaican and I'm supporting a Jamaican. This goes for everybody in every walks of life. Be patient, be humble, but stay ready. When you get your chance, you grab it and run with it. And he's doing that right now. And it's a purple patch. We're going to see this weekend. We're going to see this weekend against Bayern Munich. But I am banking on Leon Bailey showing what he can do against Bayern Munich. And his value just going to go higher.
Yeah, very good. And he's done well in the past with against Bayern Munich. So Leon Bailey, go on, eat your food. Junior, let's give a shout out to those on Flow Sports. We have any comments from Flow Sports? Go ahead and read them out, Junior.
Yeah, big up to Flow Sports. Gary Monster saying blessings. BM said, like I told Judah before, Ole Gunnar is the EPL version of Tapa. Oh boy. Big up Frost. Frost saying Liam Bailey is back in full effect. Chapson, stunning goal by Bailey today. Frost says facts. And in a top British club, he will be better. Hold on there, Frost. Hold on. Chap says he's out. Yeah. And Frost says he has 2 kids now, so he's more focused. I agree with that last sentiment, and that might be the turning point. So, I love it. I don't think England is for Bailey though.
Okay, we'll see. It would great to see him test his clout, test his mettle, his skill in English football. Big up to Ball Chat family. Crime Minister says leave Junior. Give himself the bug of the week in peace. Give himself. And Crime Minister says, of course, Leon Bailey, big goal, what a scorcher. Big up Heraldo Haynes. Heraldo Haynes says Pochettino is going to Arsenal. We'll get to Arsenal. And bug of the week for Heraldo Haynes is Xhaka and Arteta. And segueing to the EPL, start at the top, Pochettino, Arsenal, as Heraldo Haynes says. We don't know if Pochettino is going to Arsenal. Is Mikel Arteta in trouble at Arsenal after today's loss? Arsenal has the worst record in 61 years. The 1959 was the last time they had this such poor run of losing 4 games at home. Is Arteta in trouble? Come on.
He should be. But I don't think he is. We know that Arsenal is one of those patient clubs, and I think they're going to talk about growing pains when it comes to Arteta. I mean, he's a son of the soil. So I think they'll just take one for the team this season and just say, you know what, next season he has to improve. But I think he'll be okay. I don't think Arteta is going anywhere. And I think Arsenal will be better in the second half of the season. And they'll probably end up maybe out of Europa, but I think that they won't be, as all my friends are saying, in relegation position. But I think Arteta is going to be okay.
Junior, just to clarify, Arsenal 4 home loss on home style is the worst home stretch for them since 1959. And they're also 10 goals of 12 games is the worst start for Arsenal after 12 games since 1981-82 season. Sources up to stat. Junior, is Mikel Arteta in trouble after the loss today against Burnley? And what exactly is the problem that you see that's going on at Arsenal?
Well, yes, he is in trouble. And he's not in trouble because, he's in trouble because of the record. But the problem with Arteta is there's a mirror image between him and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, right? In terms of big name club, former player, not living up to expectation. But I think the biggest issue for Arteta, do you remember who he came in with as a coach of another club in England? You remember? It was Carlo Ancelotti at Everton. Okay. And that first game, they both sat in the stands and watched Everton and Arsenal play to a team 0-0 draw. Mm-hmm. So both coaches got hired at the same time.
Yes.
Both coaches sat down and watched your team play for the first game. And look at the difference in both teams now. That is the death knell. If Arsenal brass have any clue of football or any sense, you just look at your mirror image of down the road. One of your rivals, Everton, hired a coach same time as you. And look at where Everton is compared to you. You are now hitched to that team. So yes, the problem with Arsenal right now is the same exact problem Pep had with Man City last year and the year before last, when they just don't seem to know how to go to another gear. The only difference is Arsenal have a bag of idiot on them side, while Man City have 1 and 2 baller we can carry them out to the fire. Xhaka is an idiot. Aubameyang is a big idiot. Play down the middle and you will score. William, you should have came to Manchester United, so you're an idiot too. Okay. So that's it.
But Arsenal is sitting 15th in the table. Come on, and Junior. But don't you give a young manager, Mikel Arteta has never had a coaching job before, unlike the Ole and the Frank Lampards of the world. I mean, don't you expect some growing pains with him, etc.? I mean, he won the FA Cup with Arsenal. I mean, don't you expect some growing pains with him?
You know why I have no sympathy? You're saying that that Arteta has never coached, never managed a team before.
Yes, he's never.
Then why give him a position like this?
Because he was Pep right hand.
but Arsenal is getting what they deserve. You're going to tell me that you didn't have any other qualified coaches out there to lead the charge of a team like Arsenal? Arsenal is an esteemed club. Might not look like it now, might look like Dolly House now, but you can't tell me that you couldn't find no other coach with the experience and whatever to lead Arsenal. So I have no problems, with sitting there, or no sympathy for Arteta. I mean, Arsenal wants growing pain, then they're going to get growing pain.
Okay. All right. Arsenal plays Southampton. Southampton sitting in fourth of the EPL on Wednesday, so that's a big matchup. Junior, speaking of growing pains, Chelsea Football Club lost to Everton. Were you shocked by that defeat? And were you impressed with the fact that Everton was able to win that game without the presence of one Mr. James Rodriguez on the field?
I think that was the only reason why they won the game, because James wasn't on the field.
Yeah, really?
Because now the field is more balanced.
Okay.
I mean, Chelsea is a big side, and all these teams lost games this week are drop points.
Drop points, yeah.
Right? So everybody's entitled to that one game.
Yeah.
Everton, I'm telling you, the fans in the stands made a difference. And Mendy, I said it last week? I said, let's see what happened, or 1 week or one of the weeks. I said, let's see what happened when Mendy makes his first mistake, right? And he made a mistake yesterday. So let's see what happened now. And now is when Lampard really is going to be tested, because it was going so well. Havertz, you're not up to scratch, Kai Havertz. Giroud, you're not up to scratch. And let me tell you something, come on. I know he's your striker, but it is the best player, or the fan favorite is always a person sitting on the bench wanting the opportunity. When Giroud got his opportunity, we see what happened. So Chelsea is in a precarious position. I think we're going to have to judge them in the next couple of weeks. Everton loss is not that big of a... I tell you, the fans in the stands made a huge difference.
Yeah, Carlo Ancelotti pretty much played three or four centre-backs, defended deep. Come on, some Chelsea fans came down really hard on goalkeeper Mendy with that error. You're not concerned about Mendy's error and the outlook for him going forward, right?
Absolutely not. And the cameraman was so petty. When the incident happened, they showed Kepa on the bench looking. Listen, that's going to be Kepa's position from now on, the bench behind Lampard, because Mendy went on to make several saves, right, that actually helped us.
Yeah. All
right, then. My big problem was this. Chelsea had 72% of the possession, and we had nothing to show. I disagree with Junior when it comes to Giroud, because Tammy came on and Tammy did not do anything. And my problem with Giroud and Tammy is that they're not being balanced properly. Yes, Giroud talks about not being a 90-minute player, and we understand that maybe, we have to share the duties where Tammy plays some games, some physical, he's physical, well, I don't know about physical, he wants some courage. But, he is a little bit fast. So maybe Lampard needs to look at it, because Giroud is not that fast. He might be skillful, but when it comes to speed, it's not there. And we had that problem. Everybody talk about, well, not everybody, but when Kai came from Germany, most of my friends were talking about Kai is this great player. I never saw it at Leverkusen, and I certainly don't see it here. Timo Werner might be a little bit better when it comes to playtime, but he was invisible. Havertz was invisible, and save for that mistake by Mendy, I thought Mendy had a good game. The best player on the pitch, and it's really surprising to me, was Reece. Reece was exceptional, and I'm just baffled that it took so long for Lampard to realize the gem that we have in this player. And I hope he doesn't go the way of Hudson-Odoi. I don't even know what's going on with him as well. Frank Lampard needs to find what's going on. And we talk about him not adjusting. It just did not work against Everton, and he really made no adjustments to the game.
So, the business end of the football season coming up. Chelsea plays Wolves on Wednesday. Big match. They go to Molineux. But I do agree with the sentiments regarding Tammy Abrahams and Olivier Giroud. I think they offer different skill set. You have to balance the work rate between the two of them. You know, I mean, definitely Tammy Abrams offer you something special with terms of pressing, but Giroud definitely does a great job in terms of knocking the ball down. Bobby Reed, and another news in the EPL, Bobby Reed scored a wonder goal as Fulham woke up the ants nest at Liverpool, at least at home at Craven Cottage. Junior, impressive by your GQ manager, Scott Parker.
Man, stop your foolishness about the GQ manager. He did nothing special today. Impressive by the fans that showed up, because everybody at Fulham, down to the rat, what run on that stand was cheering. When Bobby Reed had take off down the wing and creating havoc, the fans were behind him. If you guys noticed, when Fulham lost the ball and where Liverpool is good on the counter attack and getting speed breaks, it almost felt like the players and said, "No, I'm not disappointing the fans and today. Whoop, what a tackle."
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it might sound funny, but this is their first game playing in front of their fans in the Premier League this year. This is their home opener for the Premier League home, and they played just like it. And Liverpool played like a team that said, we're going places, we're just not up to scratch today. Klopp felt it after 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like he want to do. The way more like a cuss and go on.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, Klopp, shut up, man. Decide where to play a ball. But Bobby Reed, hats off to you. Michael Hector, my big defender. I hope you're watching and seeing what a player does with opportunity, So when you get your opportunity again, about the foolishness.
Yeah. So come on, Jurgen Klopp in his post-match on the sideline and spoke about a potential foul on Mohamed Salah prior to the goal. You're the referee. Do you think that was a foul, or is Jurgen crying over spilled milk here?
I like Klopp, but I think he's whining a little bit too much. Yes, there was a little push, a little nudge, but it wasn't enough for Mo Salah. And to be honest, I'm surprised Mo Salah never drop a gun like gunshot. Him get gunshots, because he's that kind of player. But I don't think it was enough to call a foul. And remember, all the goals are reviewed. So if VAR had seen something and they thought it was a foul, they would have called it back. I don't think it was enough. Klopp just started to complain and whine a lot, and his post-press interviews are not really fun anymore. It's just this miserable old man talking about get off my lawn. That is what Klopp has become. But no, I don't think it was a foul to call that goal back.
Yeah, and big up to the family at Two Rash Challenges with the Get Off My Lawn segment tomorrow. Diego Jota is out for 6 weeks. His impact, his loss, family on this Liverpool outlook. As they come to the business end of the seasons, now they have to travel to rainy Crystal Palace and try to win games on the dark nights of winter. Your thoughts on the loss of Diego Jota? Come on.
It's a big loss because, I'm a fan of Jota. I keep saying that. How on earth Chelsea missed a gem like that in our backyard? All the way to Germany, you got to pick up Railway and what left. I'm upset.
Yeah.
But Jota is a good player. And maybe if Liverpool wasn't ravished by injuries, then you probably say, you know what, I think they'll be okay but this is really worrisome because he was scoring goals. He was helping the team to be better. You know, he was good at the offensive end, good on the defensive end. So I do think it's a loss to Liverpool. But I think Liverpool will be bailed out by the referees going forward. So I think they'll be okay.
Okay, and those are the views of come on, Lee. And Liverpool plays Spurs on Wednesday. We'll preview that game. Junior, give a shout out. What's the update from the family on this Flow Sports chat?
Hey, Flow Sports festive today. Big up to everybody on Flow Sports. Frost says think Bailey will make it to England. Big up to Reynard Lewis saying that I would love to see Bailey in a Liverpool jersey. Big up to Jada. Jada saying, can Spurs win the league? Reynard saying, not at this season, bro. Frost, laugh a lot. Big up Iraq Entertainment. Everybody drop points. What a week. Bobby Reed. Diddy Blue saying that Giroud is a bug. Goal error. Bobby Reed scored against my side, but kudos to him for that goal. Big up to Reynard Lewis. Mendy will learn. We were unlucky. I disagree. On the next week we would win our draw. Big up to Diddy. Diddy sound like he's a Chelsea fan. Reece James was the best. I agreed. Frost saying Kai is not playing at his best position at Chelsea. Havertz is a central attacking midfielder, centre forward. Frost, that is a Kai problem because he's being deployed as a centre forward. Diddy saying we will beat Wolves. Frost is sorry. Kai is more like a false nine playmaker. Reynard Lewis saying big man thing. Liverpool is my team, but they didn't turn up today for business. He also said thankful for a draw. It could have been worse. It's very, very rare that you find logical thinking Liverpool fans. I'm a big Reynard because you are very logical. I know some Liverpool fans, boy. Hey.
All right, as we continue our roundup in the EPL, big up Crime Minister. Crime Minister's Chelsea and Arsenal counseling session today. But Crime Minister's a Manchester United fan. Come on, Junior, the Manchester derby was a pathetic watch. Junior,
you guys are stupid.
Junior, go ahead.
And anybody who think the Manchester derby was a pathetic watch, let me tell you something. Every Sunday at 1 o'clock and 4:15 on CBS and Fox Sports, them have another game of football. Go watch that.
Junior,
Manchester Derby.
Junior,
It was a very good game. It was a very technical game. It was a game that both coaches said, I am going to play in the midfield.
Junior.
And they played the odds and they were playing chess. Big up this man right here, sir. Because you're every week, brother. But this was your best game against Manchester City. Now that I take the Manchester United goggles off. Ole, you did what you need to do to stifle Man City, right? That was the game. He stifled Man City down the wings and he clogged the midfield against Kevin De Bruyne, right? He put 4 players around De Bruyne and said, Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, you're going to stay on an island. Rashford and Greenwood, I want you guys to attack down the wings, right? But why play a game without a number 9? Man, you could have easily won that game if they had started a number 9. Why have Marshall on the bench? Why deploy Bruno and Pogba in the same position? To me, that game was all about keeping Pogba happy, and whatever conversation they had behind closed doors, that was what that game was about.
It's ironic that whenever Manchester United performed poorly, they could have had these great outcomes. My fundamental issue with that Manchester derby yesterday were 2 managers that seemed to be happy with a draw. These are supposed to be high-flying clubs, high-invested clubs, big-spending clubs, and both managers play with 2 holding midfielders, Rodri and Fernandinho for Man City, Fred and McTominay for Manchester United. None of these managers wanted to win, and that is pathetic in this age of football. Come on, talk to it.
Look here now, I don't know where I follow Junior for now. I must say this though. I think Manchester United got their money's worth out of fridge yesterday. Harry Maguire, my apologies.
Oh.
I think that was one of the best games I've seen Harry Maguire play. And that's not even saying a lot because he's no good. but it was a boring game for two big name, expensive clubs. At least give us some fireworks. It was terrible. We slept. I love Raheem Sterling, but these are the games that Raheem needs to step up. And I think he fell flat yesterday. He had a couple chances that I think he should have put away for a striker of his caliber, right? Manchester City and Man United game was terrible. From a neutral fan standpoint, we didn't get what we thought we were going to get. It was really boring. It wasn't good.
One quick thing. Oh, sorry. You finished that one?
No.
Go ahead.
No, may I say, and Junior is wrong.
That you did, but really let your back in favor say that to me. but hear me. I hear what you guys, the casual third party, are saying. But you see, a Manchester United and Man City fan, when they look at the table, games played, Tottenham, top of the league, points, 25. Games played, Chelsea, 5th, 12 games, 22 points. Manchester United, games played, 11, 20 points. Man City, games played, 11, 19 points. If Man U and Man City win their next game, they are leapfrogging Chelsea. They are in the top 3. So there's no need for you to try to win the game yesterday when you have a game in hand and you don't want to lose 6 points trying to chase 3 points. That's just madness. So they played it right. They have a game in hand. They are going to beat who them need to beat. If we were playing against Southampton, we beat Manchester United and not go for the win, then come on, I'm right there with you. But you are playing against a competitor for the top 3, with top 3 in your grasp and you in pole position. You play the game safe.
Manchester City has lost how many? 3 games already so far this season, Junior? How many has Manchester United? They've only picked up their first victory at home recently. So I wouldn't back
Man City had lost 2, Man United had lost 3.
Yeah. So
hey, so this is a good point. Before we move on from Man U, the Prime Minister is saying Busaka is a liability. He offers nothing going forward and doesn't defend properly.
Prime Minister, for the last year and a half, Raheem Sterling has been trying to dribble around Wan-Bissaka for the last year and a half, and he has not dribbled around him once. He's not a liability. That is just Ole not having the sense now to know that don't let him overlap. Let Shaw overlap. Let Telles overlap. And put a winger over there on the right wing that can cross the ball in. That's why they're trying to get Sancho.
I like Wan-Bissaka. I don't think he's a defensive liability. I think his years at Crystal Palace and his years at Manchester United shown that he's better defensively. I don't expect him to be one to provide these excellent crosses going forward. But you do get a player who will constantly give you excellent effort and protect that right side of that defense. So I like him. I mean, and you also need depth. It would be nice to have someone else behind him to push for further competition and make sure he maximizes his potential. But I like him. I think it's money well spent. I cannot say the same for other Manchester United investments. Come on.
I agree 110%. But call name, Pogba.
I'm not calling him.
But let us touch on Pogba's situation a little bit, right?
Yes.
I just don't understand. So Pogba and his agent, they're not on the same page, because the agent is saying that Pogba is going to leave. This is the end. It's not working out. Then for somebody who so lackluster in Pogba with his play, right, coming forward to the derby, to be in the starting lineup and be on the people them's pitch, it was confusing, right? And that's the first thing. And then after the game, Pogba put out a statement to say he's fighting, he's here to. I mean, Junior, what is going on with the patty shop that is happening, the JFF-esque kind of things going on at your club? What is going on with the Pogba situation?
It's like you're trying to make me get festive today. No, stop it. Leave it alone. Nothing. There's nothing like that. What you're saying, come on, is accurate, but Pogba in his statement was key. He said he's all about today or something like that. He's not looking at the future right now. So Pogba is being a professional, right? But he's also a crybaby. He's a little baby. He seems to run from. To me, he seems to run from adversity, especially when it's something that is coming up against his character. He wants to be the good guy at all times. Because obviously, he had a conversation with Riola, a phone conversation, and Riola took that conversation and ran with it. But once the pressure come back on Pogba, Pogba said, no, not going to say no. You guys are misunderstanding it. I love what I'm doing right now. When the future comes, we will handle the future. He's gone. He's done. He's leaving. Woodward and Manu will be stupid enough to keep him there after the summer. If it was up to me, he'll be gone by January for maximum money, because you're not going to get the money you can get for him in January that you will get for him in summer. But we'll see.
Yeah, so
but that's also the job of an agent, though, because I remember one time Craig Butler did say that that's an agent's job. So he goes out and he stirs the pot, he makes the trouble, and kind of take the heat off the clients, right, the player. So I am thinking that's what his agent is doing, stirring the pot. They're like, you don't treat my player, my client better, then we're going to leave. Then Pogba come now and try to say, you know what, that's not even what I said. Let's move forward. So, I think they're doing good cop, bad cop to see what them can do. Basically, they must stick up Manchester United. So it's going to be crazy to see.
They're not sticking up Manchester, they're sticking up themselves. Because if you want to leave the club, you need to drop your value as much as possible, the transfer value, while showing your quality so that you can get your pay, right? You can get your salary. Mm-hmm. But if you coming out and say, oh, I still love the club, blah, blah, blah. Another director going and say, hold on, brother, warm to you. So you come here, so now, 2 years from now, you're going to want to go back to Manchester United. You need to make up yourself, make up your mind. So they are contradicting themselves. It's a slippery slope. But brother, good luck to you. We don't have to worry about playing Pogba in the Champions League. And Danny Van der Beek, get some game, man.
And Mino Raiola, Pogba's agent, says, quote, Paul is unhappy at United. He's not able to express himself the way he would like to and the way others expect him to. His contract expires in 18 months in the summer of 2022. So I think the best solution for all concerned if he's sold in the next window, end quote. Otherwise, Raiola warned United risks losing him on a free transfer. Watch that space. So, I mean, for any sort of business practice, it would be best to try to move Pogba off the books to try to recoup some of that money before he goes on a free. That's what Raiola and that's what a lot of the business experts in the space are saying. Right, come on, agree?
Yeah, agree.
And Junior, you ready for the ball or leave?
Yeah, man,
long time. All right, quickly, let's try to touch some of the news around the world of football. We're pushing up against the clock. Quickly, Atletico Madrid lost to Real Madrid in the Madrid derby. I mean, Zizou pulled the magic. What happened there? Come on, to Atletico Madrid.
I don't know. It was, and the funniest thing, so it wasn't even a boring game. It was even. I just think they were just so unlucky. And at one point, though, I thought that they had subbed El Cannibal. My apologies, Suarez.
Luis Suarez.
But he was still on the pitch, and he didn't even offer anything. Is Diego injured again?
Yeah, I think he's struggling with fitness. You know, that spinal injury that he went through a couple of years ago in the surgery.
Yeah, it was not Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
And you could see it on Diego's face. He just sat there and he didn't bark any instructions, and that's his MO. You know, you're used to seeing him pacing the sidelines, but he was just sitting there. It just wasn't their day. They were off. They couldn't do anything. And when they took Felix off, it was a done deal.
Yeah, it was a done deal. Junior, statement week for Zinedine Zidane They make it to the Champions League, beat Mönchengladbach, and they defeated their city rival Real Madrid. Your thoughts?
That was just a big middle finger to everybody who think them know football from by Zidane.
Yeah.
Zidane proved to everybody that he has the pulse of his team. He knows the direction of his team. He is at the captain of the ship. The team is unbalanced. Everybody know that, but he's the bright one for the job. I mean, that was a classic middle finger.
Yeah. All right, let's go to predict and preview some games as we get ready for games coming down this week. The Christmas period is coming down, and before we go to Yard Ballers and discuss Jamaican football, let's go to Liverpool versus Tottenham is a big game in the middle of the week. This is Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, our time. I am myself and June are the only one. Come on, you have a draw here. Why? This is at Anfield.
The injuries. I just think the injuries. And I put 1-1 because I'm hoping that they'll get a fair and impartial referee. But I think with the injuries, I think it's going to be a draw game. It's going to be a struggle. They struggled against Fulham today. And if it wasn't for that penalty, they would have lost. So, I think it's going to be a struggle.
Yeah, 1-1 looks quite plausible. Junior, Liverpool, Spurs will go there and park the bus for sure. Your thoughts on this 2-0 prediction here?
I really want to change it because I saw something today. Yeah. Matip is a bunch of garbage for a big side. He's not good. He's not good at all. So I'm really worried about it. But if not now, when for Minamino? Okay. If not now, when? And I think this is a game where Minamino can come out and can give Sissoko and company some trouble. So I think Liverpool midfield, this will be the one game that they are going to be able to shine against Tottenham.
So Fulham did something quite interesting today to secure that tie, right? Quickly, they really try to box or try to prevent Jordan Henderson from getting the ball. And so, because quickly Liverpool like to pass those quick passes to him and then him dumping the ball behind. Do you see Jose Mourinho employing something as similar to try to cut off those passes, those midfield players for those quick passes?
He doesn't have. I don't think Jose has to. Okay. I think Liverpool will have to adjust to how Tottenham play. The key is this: Harry Maguire is going to fall back in the midfield, right? Yeah. Who is going to track Harry Maguire? Henderson? Who will track him?
Harry Maguire.
Yes. No, Harry Maguire. Sorry, Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. Oh, yes. Harry Kane. Oh, what a big mix-up. Harry Maguire, Harry Kane. Yes.
That's disrespect.
That's an insult to the ball of Harry Kane.
Yeah, but also, too, right, remember, Jordan Henderson was timid today by Areola. Yes. The goalkeeper had a very good game as well. There were at least 2 opportunities where, point blank saves from the goalkeeper. And so if Lloris is in goal, for Tottenham, I see the CM kind of shot stopping, shot blocking from them. But if Jose doing thing where he put 10 man runner back and 1 man upper front, I see the 1-1.
Come on, he doesn't have to do that. That's the thing, and that's why I want to change the sport. He has Son and Harry Kane. Yeah. Playing at an optimal level, and Gareth Bale can come on and run off on the other wing. And yes. I'm telling you, Matip and the next one have no sense. Yeah, they have no sense as defenders. Matip kept Fulham onside on one of the runs today. I was like, what the hell are you doing as a centre back, not carrying the line forward? That is scary because Son is going to run ragged. So yeah. I want to change the score.
So you're talking about mini. So what about Shaqiri? Is it Shaqiri's done for? Is the end of Shaqiri?
Already come on. Shaqiri is no big baller. Shaqiri is no Tottenham top of the table clash.
It's not a Tottenham killer. It's not a Tottenham killer. So we see. So Bale, Keane, and Son. Those are the 3 players. Okay, so those are the players that
And
Liverpool will have to
Dumbella is going to be instrumental. If Liverpool, it's at Anfield, they'll have their fans with them, providing there's no change in protocol, etc. So Liverpool is going to have to figure out a way to try to get something out here. But the odds is that Tottenham would at least come out and at least draw this game or win it because of the injuries.
Brandon Lee said Tottenham 3, Liverpool 1.
Big up yourself, fam.
Yo, hey,
Yeah,
no,
big up yourself.
deadly.
Quickly, another interesting game coming on this week is Inter Milan versus Napoli. And the reason why I want to highlight this game, Inter Milan, as Junior said, is out of the European football. Maybe this is a good thing for Inter Milan. There are no more European nights. But interestingly, Antonio Conte said after the loss the other day in Europa Liga, or after getting kicked out of the Champions League, Antonio Conte alluded to the fact that some players can leave the club. I wonder who he's talking, Junior, and come on.
Hey, can't take a leave before any player leaves. So I don't know where I say.
And siempre Inter is alluding or implying that he's talking about Christian Eriksen as he took him off yesterday in the Cagliari match. So, Junior, you worried about Conte and his mental fight here going down the line? Come on, and Junior.
We worried about Conte. I told you guys my prediction is Conte is going to have a historic meltdown. I'm just waiting. We're just waiting because it's coming. I'm telling you, hey, he might even this Manchester United. I say, yo, Manchester United is a bunch of scammers.
It's weird to hear him say some players can leave. And then he went on to say in the same press conference, he says, it appears to allude to kind of overview what he said. He said, it appears that we have players on the bench or talent on the bench, but it's only in appearance. Discuss.
But
that is disrespectful, though. If you're a player on the bench.
And he's the coach, though. So I'm going to say, he is going to be the first person to get cut. I mean, he's going to leave and leave all those players on the bench. Not him take up Alexis Sanchez. I mean, not him take up Ashley Young. It's like him love crosses. Him love pick up crosses on his head. He's going to be the first one to leave. Exactly. I'm like, it was without even in the 18, though. And he's not injured.
It was just hilarious to hear him listen to that press conference. He said, it appears that we have players on the bench. It seems that we have players on the bench, but it's only in appearance.
BM must stop beating more Manchester United. It's all right, BM. Adrian Williams saying Arsenal 1, Southampton 2. Wow.
Arsenal 1. I mean, and Southampton, if Ralph Hasenhuttl and Southampton cannot beat Arsenal, come on.
Well, I know. So the one goal.
I mean, come on. With the way Southampton is playing, they're fourth in the EPL. Beat Arsenal. Come on. Let's segue from our football EPL roundup and let's get to yard ballers, highlighting Jamaican players playing a trade overseas.
Hey, come on, Madam, before we start yard ballers.
Yes.
If you're watching our Flow Sport, anywhere you're watching right now, put in the chat for me, please. Who do you think is the best team for Leon Bailey? Put that in the chat. Just put a team name and we go down it after yard ballers. But who do you think is the best team or the best fit for Leon Bailey right now if he was to get transferred? Or do you think he should stay home?
Yeah.
But yard ballers, come
on. All right, come on. Before we kick to yard ballers, Jamaican football roundup quickly. We had the qualifiers release for 2022. Jamaica is in round 2. Early reading from this Jamaica World Cup qualifying matchup and early thoughts on this before we kick to just yard ballers.
There was an interesting article today that we read, and it was so on point. It was spot on. It's nice that we have all these Jamaican players on fire. We're really doing well right now in all areas. Maybe not centre back as Hector now play. But for us, I think our first international game is in March. So between now and March, it is really, really going to be a struggle for Tapa to get it together. And I think Jamaica, the new format, I don't know if it is really going to help us, but we can only hope. I mean, like, we have to be in it to win it, don't it?
Yeah,
So
we have to
I
be in
think,
it. Junior,
yeah, I think we'll be in it. I think we'll be
No,
okay.
yeah,
I'm
Junior,
not.
go ahead.
I'm not trying to be funny, you know. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to be funny at all. But I'm gonna be blunt. Tapa, we had Rice Simpson on, so maximum respect to Rice Simpson. But Tapa, buy a PlayStation if you don't have one. Get FIFA and play FIFA and find out a style of football that you like to play. And look at the roster that you have. Look at the talent that you have that is being deployed from Jamaica. And match that talent with whichever style you think fit them over the next 3-4 months. Figure out a style so that the next time we see Jamaica play, we at least see some semblance of an identity of how you want to play, because we have the talent now. Now we really have the talent. Where if the right coach deploy them in the right fit with the right mentality, America and Mexico are heads and shoulders over everybody. But why is Jamaica? Why can't Jamaica be third?
So, just to overview the qualifiers for World Cup 2022 in CONCACAF. 8 teams make it through the next round to the final round of qualifiers. The top 3 from that 8-team round of matches will qualify to the World Cup 22 automatically. Fourth place will play in a playoff match, an intercontinental playoff match for a half a spot. So Jamaica is one of those 8 teams that's already in the final round. The first round 1 will take place before the final round, of course, as we'll await some the other 3 teams to make it into the final round of 8. September 2021 is when the final round will kick off, so we'll have enough time to dissect and assess what's going on. Interesting in that article, before we get to Yard Ballers, Roy Simpson, the manager of the Reggae Boys, alluded to addressing off-the-field issues. Come on, do you guys, and Junior, do you guys think that those things will address to really give us a chance to make it to Qatar 2022?
Do not go on first.
All right, Junior, come on, it's you, may I talk?
You know what? Unless we get a new system in place, unless the current administration change, the way they do business, the way how they go about doing things, then we're going to have the same thing. I mean, you know, like clockwork, that once Jamaica playing a friendly, you have the problems with salary, with stipend, with players. So we have to figure that out. And then in now that we don't even have local football playing, I mean, it's still going to put us stress. So I don't think the JFF was doing okay when everything was okay. Now that we have some issues going on, I don't think that they'll really improve. But we can hope and we can pray. They have to fix it first so that everything can run smoothly.
Listen, Jamaica, JFF and the Jamaican football program, all overall, is what it is. They're not going to change overnight. But Mr. Rice Simpson, with all due respect, we have got take use of what we have and turn it and make fashion. We just, there's no, it's not going to fix. There's no fixing it, right? So use what you have at your disposal and try your best for make it work. Because guess what? The reggae girls made it work with less and with worse. So you don't have no excuse. You have a better side. You're playing against lesser competition. Use it to the best of your ability what you have. Simple.
Okay, all right, let's get to Yard Ballers, and Football Family will assess and discuss the Reggae Boys as they try to schedule more friendly games coming in this coming year, and we'll keep an eye on Ravel Morrison, Kamara Roof, and players as they try to bring them into the fold for the 2022 World Cup qualifiers. Come on, Yard Ballers time.
So the Premier League has gotten 2 new sponsors. So Yummy Bakery, who makes the best bread bun, and Jamaica Producers best banana chips. They were announced as the club sponsors of the Premier League because Red Stripe did not renew its sponsorship after its deal expired following the 2019-2020 season. So it's no longer going to be called the Red Stripe Premier League. Chris Williams, who is the new chairman, he is trying to secure at least $100 million in club sponsorship. They're not saying how they're going to get it, but that's what they're trying to do. I have to also shout out Humble Lions for providing special aid to players, as COVID, destroyed the income that these footballers have. So, hats off to Humble Lions for doing something like that. All right, so Shamar Nicholson scored a winner for Sporting this weekend in a 2-1 win, which is very good because he has been having some troubles, finding the back of the net and even going into the starting lineup. So that was really good for him. Damian Lowe and his team played to a 2-1 win. Romario Williams came on in the 87th minute, so that was good. He's finding his legs, going on. No Kemar Lawrence in the 18 for Anderlecht. This is the second week that he has not been in the 18. So I'm trying to find out if he's injured, what's going on with him. But that's kind of like, kind of weird because he's a very good player. Khadija Bonishaw scored 1 goal for her team. She's now 11 goals in 14 games. And she's now ranked 49th in the Guardian Top 100 women's footballer in the world, which is quite an accomplishment. And we are really, really proud of her. As we talked about it before, Leon Bailey is on fire. He was named the Europa Player of the Week for his performance, which I'm telling you, that's exceptional, coming from a player who was having some difficulties, finding form. He has 6 games. For 6 games, he has 5 goals and 2 assists in the UAL group stage. He has 9 goals in Bundesliga, including the brace today, and he helped propel Leverkusen to top of the table today. Michael Hector, Junior's favorite footballer in the entire world, was not in the Fulham 18 again. It's not looking good for Hector.
They were bad by the baller.
They were fight out the baller, the big baller. He might just need to change his position from centre back to a left winger or a right winger, or maybe even a centre forward. He might throw a bunch of headers like Benteke. Okay, I see a Benteke in Michael Hector when I look at him. So Alvarez Powell's contract was declined by Inter Miami, so I think he's shopping around for a new club. Bobby Reed scored a goal today, an exceptional goal. And I do think that Fulham was robbed by Andre Marina, never call him name, and resulted in a 1-1 result. But big up to Bobby Reed. It was an exceptional goal. Leon Bailey's goal was exceptional. If you have not seen it, just go and look for it. I think it's going to be the Bundesliga goal of the year.
Okay.
If, nobody else has scored.
Maybe he will score a better goal come out.
Hey, before cut off, let me run down them comments real quick, the Benta. We know overtime, but let me see.
Simon Preston is saying that 14 goals in 11 games, and he said Khadija Shaw and Tiffany Cameron is on target. I don't know who is referring to in terms of 14 goals in 11 games.
Khadija Shaw. I said 11 goals, 14 games.
Okay.
Thanks, Simon.
Okay, thank you, Simon. Big up yourself, family. Yeah, go ahead.
I big up BM. BM says Hector needs a new club. Hector should probably play defensive midfield. Bailey is in form. Raina Lewis said, sounds like you're a marketing manager for both companies. Come on. You just have big up the bun place.
Yeah,
so, I'm getting free bun from Yummy.
Get some free Yummy. Hey, Yummy bun nice, but you have some other bun companies out there. I'm not call a name, but start with K and the bun hot. So
and also before we chip out and you wrap up the comments, Junior, Romeo Parks move on to Sligo Rovers, right? Come on.
So Romeo, he was on loan to New Mexico in USL, and so now Sligo Rovers recalled him, and I think they extended his contract. So Romeo now is going to go, and I think they're also going to play Europa.
Yeah,
so it's going to be so Romeo is going to get an opportunity again to show the world how good he is.
Yeah, and he's very excited to return.
Play Arsenal and beat Arsenal.
Play Arsenal and
anybody beat Arsenal.
Pick up Adrian Williams. Adrian saying that Arsenal fans, don't worry. Adrian, you're such a nice guy. He says, don't worry. You're going to win. the championship next season.
Okay, family. Okay. That's not necessary.
I asked a question earlier about where do you think Liam Bailey fits, which team? Reynard is saying Liverpool, Frost is saying Everton, he has less competition, so where will Richardson play? Frost is saying or Tottenham. Reynard Lewis saying Bailey's style of play would suit Liverpool. Alfred Hyde saying Liam Bailey is okay where he is. Think he's happy where he is. Big up Simon Preston saying, but Mr. Tufton says if there is a spike in December, there's no Premier League until March. Tufton probably a spike in eggnog.
Okay. For those are the views of Junior.
What do you guys think about Ravel being benched at his club?
Look here, hold on there. Let me. Bailey would do well at Manchester United.
Thank you. Foolishness, man.
Thank you, Prime Minister. That's exactly where I'm supposed to go. But listen, Simon, yes, but Tufton is same, but at the same time, there needs to be a balance. Haiti and Trinidad, I think they're playing, and there must be some other DB places that are playing football.
DB, we don't. Those are the views of Come On Lee and.
It's after hours now. The show done 15 minutes ago.
We're about to. Hey, go ahead, come on.
Come on.
So, and they're balancing, and I understand what he's saying, where the safety comes first, but you also have to consider the footballers, their income. They're not getting any money, and they have to find a way. Yes, no fans, control it, play in a bubble, but they have to come to the table and they have to work it out, because this is definitely not it.
Okay, all right, football family, let's wrap up the show. Family. Junior, do you have any last comments you'd like to highlight before we exit the show?
Let me just highlight this one comment from Frost saying, the only time we're going to take the Jamaican Premier League serious is when we see professional grade grass on every pitch with a decent stand with walls or fence around.
Okay.
And when the little meme said that will never happen, but no, let me say, this guy, Chris Williams, he's coming in with the proven money. He's getting the sponsors. Remember, it was a struggle to get Red Stripe on. Yeah. And now they have 2 sponsors. So I think that the Premier League would actually now be moving in the right direction. You have people who have business sense and who knows how to manage money, and they're talking about improving the league. I'm not going to say where I get the pretty Bermuda grass. You might not get it. They might have to just put on 2 turf fields, but I do see where they're going to make improvements. So we have to, because Tapa is dead serious about incorporating local players into the national program. Yeah. And if you're going to funnel players from the Premier League to the national program, you have to see professionalism. You have to see good players. You can't carry players on the big stage and them tackle from behind in the 18. Okay. So I think there's going to be improvement. So just hold tight and hold steady and just go and support the local football.
Yes, we support the local football, and we're proud of Mr. Chris Williams is doing his work. Go on, improve the professionalism and the business sense of the Red Stripe or the Jamaican Premier League, no longer Red Stripe. Looking forward to it. We'll try to get Mr. Chris Williams on for a show to discuss further the plans for the league. Football family, thank you for joining us. If you like the content, subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to Flow Sports, subscribe to our Facebook channel. You can connect with us on social media. We are on Instagram, Ball Chat Podcast, Twitter at Ball Chat 1. We at Facebook at Ball Chat. Email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. It's an interactive show. It's a fan-oriented show. Fan can co-host the show. So if you want to host one weekend, just shoot us an email at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. The audio version of the show will be available on anywhere you get your podcast, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcast. Junior, come on, family. We're gonna roll it now. Bless up. Take care of yourself, family.
All right, bless up.